Hello, my name is Kiriath, and today we're going to talk about some genuinely good news because it kind of looks like Rough Riders might be coming back. So today there was an image posted for the Rumour Engine on the Warhammer site, and it is this. And you know what? This actually got me genuinely excited because Rough Riders are a great concept. They're a really cool idea. Essentially, you have got your futuristic sci-fi setting, and then you've got lads on horses with lances. Because of course you have. It's Warhammer 40,000. That's just what happens around here. However, there is just a little bit of a catch in that there's an explosive charge on said lance, so that when it is pushed into the face / chest / body, really any body part you may, an easy to hit body part that you like, it then explodes on them. Fantastic, awesome, amazing. Rough Riders have been a thing in the past. They have not been a thing for a little while. They were moved to Legends in 8th edition, and now there's just no way of getting them unless you go for the more expensive Death Riders. You can still get these, lads. You can still buy this kit. This, I believe their rules are in the current edition of like Imperial Armour or the whichever version of that it's called at this point, and they are great looking models. They are great sculpts. They look fantastic. However, if you want 5 of them, oh boy, oh lord, that's £92.50. Oh, I'm getting a bit warm just thinking about it. That's a lot. That's a lot for some lads on horseback, and whilst they are extremely handsome lads on horseback, that's still really quite expensive. And of course, these are Krieg specific, so it's not like you can just throw them into any old army. And I mean, look, I'm just going to say it, okay? If you have got the cojones to buy £92.50 worth of Death Riders and convert them into Rough Riders, so that you then can't use them in your armies, then by all means, go for it. You are a braver soul than I, and there is not a chance in hell that I would actually do that. Although, having said that, I have done, I would suggest equally stupid things, but for some reason, this just feels like a step too far. This just feels like a step just a little bit too far, even for my taste. That is a lot of resin to cut the heads off in order to make them something that you wouldn't be able to really use anyway. Madness. Absolute madness. Why would you even do it? Now, it is worth pointing out that if you really wanted to have some Rough Riders or some Death Riders, you could pick up something along the lines of this. So this is Red Makers, and they are totally not. They're absolutely not what you think they are. They're just lads on a horse. Lads on a horse with lances, little pennants hanging off them. I mean, what's the problem? I have to admit, though, I will say, the lads, absolutely fine. The design of the lads, kind of cool. A bit more futuristic, I'd say, than the Krieg. A cool interpretation of them. The horses? Not 100% convinced of the horses. It looks like the blokes are blokes, and the horses are from Morph. But it is an option if you happen to have the means to produce such things at home. The thing is, though, that this is genuinely a good thing if this is a Rough Riders lance, because at the moment there is just no option for them, and they are not officially supported. They are not a thing you can take. And yet they are one of the most popular sides of the Imperial Guard. It's one of those curious cases where either, as soon as they were taken out of production and removed from kind of play as a whole, I mean, shoved into Legends, but still don't really see them all that often anymore. Either when that happened, everyone suddenly woke up and went, oh, actually, you know what, I do like Rough Riders. No, you know what, I do like them. They shouldn't have got rid of them. I've decided now that I do. Or they were kind of popular amongst the fan base to begin with, and it was another one of those baffling decisions whereby they did something and everyone went, alright, but why? And I suspect that probably that is the case. I suspect that most likely it is a case of it being maybe a little bit more of a niche unit in some ways, but it clearly has a dedicated following, a dedicated fan base, especially since the image that was showed off got such a positive reaction everywhere I've looked, where people are suddenly going, yes, Rough Riders, give me it now. Now, of course, there is a chance that it might not be. It may not be Rough Riders. Now, admittedly, there is a chance that they may have just gone full Mad Max Fury Road here. This could well be an Ash Wastes thing, and admittedly one of the first things I thought was, you know what, if it is an Ash Waste thing, I'm guessing I know how these are going to be used. But then again, Then again, would they go so far as to just directly reference that in such an extreme way? Well, yes, clearly they would, but I'm holding out hope, because frankly right now, if you want to do the Rough Riders thing, you are faced with a ton of conversion work. You face a load of conversion work, a load of time. The only really, Games Workshop official thing that you can get that is close to it is, as we've said, the Death Corps of Krieg, and their Death Riders are so horrifically expensive that, frankly, this just isn't an option for most people. Plastic Rough Riders is an option. It's still going to be expensive, but it's not going to be anywhere near as bad, I would hope, as 5 models for £92.50. Really, the bar that is set there is so low that you could go subterranean and still pass over it. All they need to do is not cost the best part of 100 quid, and I suggest that most people would be pretty happy with that. Now, I have to admit, I don't know what the likelihood is of them going full Atalan Rough Riders, but we can always hold out a hope that there is some sort of interesting interpretation going on, and it's not just more Cadian stuff. I mean, let's be honest here, just anything other than Cadian would be quite nice at this point. Thing is, even if they are Cadian, at least it's a return back to what is quite a cool unit, and they do seem to be willing to go back to these older concepts and ideas and actually put some effort into bringing them back into the game. I mean, we've got the Parasite of Mortrex on the way, for God's sake. That has not been a thing for quite some time, and the overwhelming excitement that happened when that was revealed kind of suggests that, yeah, people want this kind of nostalgic side of things. Whilst we do want new shinies, we also want new shinies that are distinctly reminiscent of old shinies. And they are doing a good job of that, but maybe what we need for 40k isn't quite so much in the way of fresh interpretations in a lot of cases, but just bringing back the classics. And if this is one of those situations, then I'm kind of on board with it, to be honest. The question is, what do you think? Do you want to see the return of Rough Riders? Are you not that bothered? Are you not that interested? Would you go out and buy the Death Riders and just go to town on them with a hobby knife and some green stuff and just, go that route? Or are you also a sane individual? Let me know what you think in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that stuff. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to. And as always, there's an affiliate link in the description for Element Games, which you can use to support the channel if you'd like. Fumbled it. Do I re-record or do I just press on? Well, press on. If you're in the US, there's one for Noble Knight Games as well. I leave it in your capable hands. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.